When you begin to express yourself out in the world with whatever means you have, through whatever passion you feel, there are two forces interacting with each other. One is the ego, who wants to be recognized, who wants to speak loudly, who wants to become the star, a successful person, because it thinks that that equals being loved. And the other part is the spirit, or your higher self, which very gently give you the possibility to express yourself humbly. In other words, without trying to stand out, but just expressing your truth in the most pure way, without fear of what others may think about it, without expectations, but very simply and very powerful. Just as your truth comes through you, you express it. These two forces interact with each other, and if the ego wins, in a sense, you become a very arrogant person. We see many of our leaders, or stars, or pop stars, being very arrogant. Not all of them, of course, but many of them, because when the ego wins, it means there is a strong willingness there. There is a strong willpower, which may very well lead to arrogance. And also a certain kind of success in life, because you become very loud, very visible. And so you just like a light bulb, you light up and you become more successful in a sense. But it's still a form of success which is based only on willpower. And it doesn't usually equal happiness or true happiness. True happiness, in my experience, is reached when you let these two forces, the ego and the spirit, interact with each other, accepting that there is always a little bit of arrogance, at least in the beginning, in your expressing yourself, a little bit of wanting to stand out, a little bit of thinking that standing out equals being loved, or being admired equals being loved, or being right equals being loved. So there is still a bit of that thinking in the beginning. But you let these two forces dance together. You accept that you cannot be perfect. It's just about going through a process. And so you accept them by nurturing the other one, of course, by nurturing the faith. But you also need the willpower. You need the ego, because without ego you don't have the push to take that first step. Without the willpower, you don't have the necessary energy, the necessary stimuli, inner stimuli, if you will, to go in any direction in life. So you need the ego as the kickstart of that. But then it's about faith. Then it's about humbly understanding that whatever it is you feel you have to say or express, it's just a point of view. You really don't know anything. And the more you expand, as Socrates used to say in different words, the more you expand, the more you understand that you don't know anything, how little you are in confront of consciousness. You are almost invisible, because the more you expand, the more you realize how consciousness is infinite. And so you become naturally more humble. That is the spirit winning, in a sense. That is the ego taking its place, the place of a servant, the place of a tool, the place of a friend also, why not? In the spirit, you becoming more that spirit. So you start standing out, maybe, and having even that kind of success, but you are still so humble into yourself. Or you may lead a very humble life, not standing out, if that's your path. Standing out never equals, spiritual success. It may, but it may also not. So it's not about standing out, it's about letting the Spirit guide your life. Blessings.